what's going on? This is Dad's View, our podcast, and you already know me. I'm Freddy. If you remember correctly, I'm a father of 2 daughters, and I told you all about me, our first intro. And I want to introduce you to another friend, good friend of me and Bobby's that just joined us on Dad's View, and this is Steve.
With a V.
With a V. Steve with a V. All right, let's get that together. And Steve's going to do introduction of himself. So, Steve, let our audience know about you.
I'm a father of 2 myself. I have a 12-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
About to turn a teenager, my daughter is. And then a few days later, my son, her brother, turned 7. So.
Oh, well, awesome. That's good. That's good. And what area are from? And let our audience know, like, your roundabout background about, who you are and where you came from.
Originally from farm country of Blossville, Ansville, New York. Grew up in Taberg. Went to Camden High School. Great community back in the day. Had a lot of good times. Currently live in Rome, New York. I'm a tractor trailer mechanic for the largest retail company in the world. I can't say who it is, but hey, give me a W. I won't do this quickly, though.
That's great. And we want to just give a quick shout out to our buddy, Bobby. Bobby is not joining us for this podcast right now. He has other things he's going and working on too, but he is going to be a part of this. We are all going to be a part. So we said we're going to have other dads that we are comfortable with come and join us onto the podcast. And we do. Steve is awesome. He's also a director.
Front 9 Films.
Yes. And so he does that as well.
I'm learning slowly but surely.
It's great, though. It's great stuff, and we're all about it. So in this podcast, we are going to talk about the famous, controversial Gillette commercial about the toxic masculine is what they're calling it. So if you guys haven't seen it, or if you haven't joined into it and see it, here is a little short clip of the video. So here it is. You guys check it out, and then we're going to come back with what we have to say.
Bullying.
The Me Too movement against sexual harassment.
Masculinity.
Is this the best a man can get? Is it? We can't hide from it.
Sexual harassment is taking over.
It's been going on far too long. We can't laugh it off.
Who's the daddy?
What I actually think she's trying to say.
Making the same old excuses.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
But something finally changed.
Allegations regarding sexual assault and sexual harassment.
But she says
And there will be no going back. Because we believe in the best in men.
Men need to hold other men accountable.
Smile, sweetie. Come on.
To say the right thing. To act the right way.
Bro, not cool.
Some already are. In ways big
Yo, men, we're acting like bullshit.
and small.
I am strong.
But some is not enough.
It's not how we treat each other, okay? Okay.
Because the boys watching today will be the men of tomorrow.
All right, guys. So if you guys just watched that clip, you will know what we're talking about in this Gillette commercial. So I'm going to hand it over to Stevie with a V. So he can give his insight on how he feels about this Gillette commercial. Of course, I'll chime in. So, Steve, let us, and everybody that's watching, know, how do you feel about this commercial? And break it down, bro. Give it to us.
Well, for Gillette, famous, manly product, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Their catch-all, their slogan for years has been the best a man can get. And it's always been about their product. This is the best you can get. They took their own slogan, took it away from their product, and showed you ways the best a man can get. And people are offended, outraged by this.
Yeah.
And you have to excuse me, I'm a little bit irritated by that. It's like,
I think it's to me it's like it's a gimmick. To me it's like, okay, you're a Gillette commercial. All right? You're supposed to be about shaving and selling shaving cream and all this other stuff and showing a man what a man can do with the Gillette. Yet we're seeing commercial on masculinity, and that's involving our kids, and it's like, don't get me wrong, I think the commercial was a good asset. I think it was great.
I loved it.
But I think it pulls away from what it's supposed to. It pulls away from the product. Like, if you're selling shaving cream or shavers, you should focus on that.
But I don't think they were really trying to sell their product.
Mhm.
Yes and no. Because at the end, they invited you and check that link out. Go check it out. Come up with your own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about a company putting it out there that we need to keep ourselves in check as men as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the individual man can be good, can be great,
Right.
but as a whole, we haven't been doing it.
And at the same time, I look at it because I know there's a lot of controversy on this commercial, and they're saying that people are saying there's good controversy out there, and then there's bad people out there saying bad things, saying like it's wrong for us to focus on different types of how a man should be. Like a man in the biblical sense is supposed to be this non-emotional type of brolic creature, and that's not how we all work. No. You know. And I liked how they went with the bullying thing, the people making fun of kids making fun of other kids because they're gay or color or everything. I think the topic was I think the commercial was fantastic. Still stuck on, because you get lost. Like, when you watch the commercial, you forget that at the end it's like, this is a shaving commercial. Yeah. This is for shavers. And I think as a whole, like you said, there isn't enough of us men to encourage other men to stick together. There's not enough encouragement to show, like you said, and please remind me what you said, that our kids need to look at us like what again?
Well, for the people who are offended by this commercial, watch it again. There's that one father, I believe he's wearing blue plaid.
Mm-hmm.
He breaks up 3 bullies on another boy.
Right.
And I want you to stop at this picture here. That little boy, if you are a father, why don't you want your son looking at you with pride, saying, that is how a man is supposed to be?
Yeah, yeah. When you're a kid, now see, I have 2 daughters, mm-hmm. and they're my world. My kids are my absolute world. I would die for my children. And one Father's Day, I had to be like, I want to say like 5 years ago, my kids gave me this huge, and I still have it, this huge card. And both of them wrote that I'm their hero in the card. That's the best gift a father could ever want, mm-hmm. is for their kids to be like, my dad is my hero. My dad's my encouragement. I can go to my father and know that I will always, number one, will always be able to get his encouragement, get his wisdom, and still feel the safety and protection that I'm supposed to have. Any kid should have that. So in the video, if you have a child that's running from 4 different bullies because he's different and getting ready to get beat up because he's different, or because they don't like who he is, it's our job as fathers to tell them this is not right. You don't pick on somebody, you don't beat up somebody because the difference, the shape of them, their awkwardness, quirkiness, or their color, their sexuality, it doesn't matter. And that's you.
You don't even have to be a father to do that.
No, you don't.
That's just being a decent human being.
Yeah.
You
and
know?
it's okay for a decent human being to step in and be like, this ain't cool, dude. What are you doing?
I mean, it takes a village.
Exactly.
It really does.
It really does. And I think on top of it, the clips in the video, like you said, the father that had the daughter in the mirror telling her that she's, I don't know if I have it right. Did she say she was perfect or brilliant or something like that?
Just...
He was encouraging his daughter.
I forgot. I've seen so many of his videos with it, and that's all he's doing.
Yeah. And then
It's encouraging.
there's that one, and then there's the one where the guy, the adult, stepped in to the fight that these two boys were gonna have because there was friends behind them that literally was encouraging them to fight, and he was like, "Why are you guys fighting each other? We need to stick together as men to create a better boundary for our kids later on." And I don't see what the problem would be with that. Like, and for the boys will be boys thing, that's BS because you can't use that no more. There's no boys will be boys. It's not okay for your boy to go and grab another girl's butt or a boy to jump another boy because he's different or be a bully. That's not boys being boys. That's boys becoming, excuse my language, but dicks.
Exactly. The only time that phrase should be used is if you see a group of boys having fun, bowling, joking around, 5-year-olds building a fort.
Yeah.
Boys will be boys, you know. But then again, anyone can do that.
Yeah, but at the same time, nobody's doing that no more. There is no boys will be boys with that slogan. I think that slogan when you said that, yeah. Boys outside playing football, playing soccer, doing sports, building something together. Nobody does that anymore. Everybody's sitting in front of electronics. You know, and that's the thing. And it's like, now there's this internet bullying as well. It's like, this slogan had so many different types of messages. I seen nothing but positivity. I didn't see anything negative about this video. I think it's great. I think on top of it, there are fathers that are actually, even though they're not with mom, that they're actually amazing dads. I'm a single dad, you know, and I be the best that I can be in my daughter's life. So there are fathers out there who aren't able to be the father that they are elected to be because there's some type of riffraff or issue between him and the mom. And I think it sucks. And what were you going to say?
Like my daughter, I believe it was her 6th birthday. She had the little Disney princess cake. She's not like that anymore.
Yeah, yeah. They usually aren't when they're.
I'm not complaining. I love my daughter. I love who my daughter is.
Yeah.
Who she is, what she stands for. But that birthday, all I remember is being in the kitchen, standing next to her, when she blew out her candles. It was her birthday wish out loud. It was, I love mommy, I love daddy. I always be happy.
Yeah.
Now, even though their mother and I didn't work, we're still a team. You have to be.
You have to be.
You can't be dissing one parent and then dissing the other.
Especially in front of the kids. You can
At
have
all, ever.
yeah, you can have animosity between each other. That's fine. But your children shouldn't suffer for it. It's not their fault that you guys didn't work out. That's how I looked at it. Me and my ex-wife have an amazing relationship because our kids. We were also good friends, you know, and we know how to be adults and be like, look, our kids come first. Our feelings don't matter when it comes to our kids, you know. We didn't work out, but we can be civil. We can obtain everything, and it's about our children. And I think with us being dads, we have to encourage this into our kids. It's not, number one, you got to let them know, dads out there, if you're watching, you got to let your kids know that, number one, it was never their fault. It's not their fault that mommy and daddy didn't work out. That's number one. Number two, you also got to encourage them that you two will be a team for that baby. You got to let them know this. No matter what, their mom and dad will still be there. Okay, that's number two. Number three, I forgot my damn train of thought.
But I say, you have 2 daughters.
I do.
I have 1 daughter and 1 son.
Yeah.
As men, we have to teach our daughters and our sons, any child, this is how you treat other people. It doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy.
No, it doesn't.
It does not matter.
No, it doesn't. Because at the end of the day, it's like a human is a human being. You know, no matter what sexuality, no matter what male, female, older, younger, you know, whatever. It's still all about respect. And you can't give respect if you don't. You can't get respect if you don't give it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to be parents and encourage our kids very well to know and teach them the things that they need to know. And bullying isn't one of it, because I've seen a lot of bullying in this commercial. I've seen a lot of it, and it's like it's never going to stop. And I think because parents, we teach our children, but they see what we show them. So if you're going to show them that being a bully or talking about somebody in front of them is okay, they're going to do it too.
Just because they're not into what they're into.
Right. And it's like, it's okay for a child to be okay with someone that's different, no matter what or who they are. It's like, it's a passion of mine. Like, I love everybody. I'm cool with everybody, and my kids are too. It's just, it's like we said, it starts with the parents. You have to be you're that teacher for your kids. If you could teach your child to walk, say dad, say mama, learn how to put their heads up, their ABCs, 1, 2, 3, shapes, colors, and stuff like that. Why can't you teach them that people are different? We come in all different shapes, sizes, and colors, and it's okay. So it's easy for you to teach them how to, walk, but it's not easy for you to teach them how to accept differences. That doesn't make sense to me.
And that is something that is taught.
Yeah. And it is. And if you teach your child to hate someone because of who they are or whatever, it's taught. You're not born with it. It's something you learn. Anything else you want to say?
Like with my daughter, she's the traditional tomboy. Mm-hmm. She's not all about looks or any of that kind of stuff. She's all about, right now, school. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Does her best. Mm-hmm. Loves Skyrim. Wants to play football.
That's cool. I think they
More
actually
power
do.
to her.
Actually, I think in RFA they have a girl on the football team. I think they do. I think they do. That's pretty dope.
And then my son, I'm not bashing him. He's a little emotional when it comes to things. Mm-hmm. When he thinks he's done something wrong or did it the wrong way, he tends to cry. Mm-hmm. And I think he does that a little bit too much. Mm-hmm. I don't mean that in a bad way, because I teach him. I take him, and we call him Bubby. I said, Bubby, it's okay to cry. It really is. Mm-hmm. But there will be times in your life where you failed, you may do something wrong. You don't have to cry about it. Just think about, how can I do this better? Okay, so I have a question for you. Yes. Do you think it's okay, so speaking from an emotional person, because I am emotional, I don't cry like that, but I'm an emotional person. I know people that cry because they're angry. That's fine. Or cry because they're upset. That's fine. But, so I think he might, I'm not saying that because I don't know your son. Mm-hmm. You know him better than I do, obviously. But I think it tends to come from something else. Like, maybe he feels like he's a failure. Maybe he, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Kids are they're so elusive. They're like, I don't want to disappoint me, and I don't want to disappoint my parents. Mm-hmm. And so they put so much pressure on themselves to do, and it takes so much out of it that their anxiety flares up. If they have anxiety, their emotional flares up. Now, coming from that, it's so strange, not taking you off the subject of your child, but learning about masculinity in different cultures also is different. Like, growing up, I was a very emotional kid, and I remember I was talking to someone, and someone told me that I'm too emotional for a black man. What is... I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but what is that supposed to mean? I don't, because to me, it meant ignorance. Because when you say something like that to me, it's like, what are you talking about? And he was like, well, I feel like, as a black man, we are a strong culture. And we have this dominant thing. So when you're emotional like that, it tends to break down you being this strong black man. And I'm like, I will always be a strong black man. This is I shed a tear. It's not going to differentiate the difference between me and my skin color. Like, I don't understand what color I never understood the whole color shit anyway. But, sorry I cussed, but I hate that so much. Like, who cares? What does that have to do? I don't know. So I feel like when it showed that, and it showed like other, like I said, the adult that stepped in with the two, where they was gonna fight. That was a black, that was in a black neighborhood. There was a whole bunch of black kids behind him, and there was two black dudes that was getting ready to fight, and the adult that was happened to be an African American man came in and tried to stop it and stuff like that. And I feel like that situation right there is like, well, if you don't fight, I come from an area like that. If you don't fight, you'll never know who you won't have cred in the street.
But if you do fight, you guys can shake hands and it's done and over with. Now, I've been through situations like that. I fought, won some, lost some, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, it's okay for us to be able to be like, yo, we brothers, no matter what color, and I ain't putting the color on it, I'm just talking about men, period, because like we said, this is all about men encouraging men. And if women can do it, have the Me Too movement and fight for their rights and stuff like that, why can't men do it either? And you can start with the kids. And so you can say, yo, you don't need to fight. Yo, you don't need to chase after the girl like that one dude was doing in the video when the other dude tried to go after the girl. He's like, yo, baby, what's up? And he was like, bruh, calm it down. It ain't like that. You just don't know. She could have drop kicked, bruh. She could have just...
It's not just that. I don't want to see that either.
It's very... Because you know why? Because I feel like I was never built like that. I was never built like, I'm gonna chase after this chick. Yo, I'm going to hit this. I was never that guy. I was just always like, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? I never chased them like that. I didn't feel I need to, you know? I mean, there's ways you can talk to someone without having to be aggressive.
Exactly.
And that dude was gonna be aggressive. You could just tell. Go ahead.
It doesn't matter if you're going after a woman, a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter your sexuality.
Yeah.
Any decent person will tell you, and I'm looking for one word here, I bet you can name it.
Ready, go.
What is the sexiest thing to you? What is the most attractive thing about another person?
Mine?
Overall.
Their soul, their brain, you know, being able to have a communication and conversation with them.
But overall, their...
Personality. Yeah. It's all about their personality.
Thank you. There it is.
And so it's yeah. It's just so, we could go on and on about it, but it's just it's different. Like I said, so when you said that about your son and him being emotional and crying a lot, it could be that. You know, it could be different things.
Now, I've got no problem if my son cries.
Right.
I don't care if he gets a little bit disappointed.
Excuse me.
If he's watching a movie, he finds it sad. If he hears a song that he loves, and I mean, there are tears of happiness too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going to complain about tears of happiness.
Remember how you said that? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm never going to. I'm not teaching there's a time and place for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what I'm trying to teach him. But that it's okay that you don't get something right the first time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the time where like
dust yourself off and try again.
Exactly.
Yeah. You really do. You don't have. It's not instilled that in anybody's head that it needs to get it right. You need to have it right now.
It's okay to fail.
It's okay not to be okay too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember speaking of when you said that if your son watches something that's emotional, guys. So I'm not gonna say who it was, but a friend of mine recorded her son watching Lassie, the old school Lassie, and she recorded it, and then the ending made him cry, and he started crying. And the boy made me cry. So I was like crying with the little boy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And I thought it was so cute. And then there's dads out there that would be like, why is he crying? It's a movie, you know? And it's like, why can't nobody show emotion? We're not cyborgs. Why can't a man show emotions? We're not cyborgs. We're allowed to be emotional when we want to. We're allowed to be feminine if we want to. There's not... Masculinity is it's a stereotype.
It is.
Just like you have stereotypes for different cultures and different, races and stuff like that. It's a stereotype. Yes, we have men that are masculine and women are men that are feminine. We have the same thing with women. What difference does it make? Why does everybody want to put a label on everything? Yeah, I just don't understand why people want to label everything. It's like, I'm not a price tag. You're not going to, I mean, come on. I'm not a Campbell's soup good. You're not going to put me on the shelf and sell me at $27.99, even though I cost more than that. But anyway, labeling, I think, is so, I think it's an insult. I want to call it an insult, labeling, like, you have to be black, you have to be white, you have to be gay, you have to be straight. It's like, why? I mean, not for nothing. It's 2019. This stuff doesn't happen anymore. So, like, as you were saying, like, dads, wake up. Adults, men, you don't even have to be a dad. Wake up and be that rock, and encourage young men, encourage men that are younger than you, to let them know that, look, it's okay to be this. It's okay to stick together. Stop all the bullying, stop all the fighting, and let's be men. If women can do the Me Too movement and do all of that, why can't men do it? You know what I'm saying? And you were saying something about more about the commercial, as far as like the dad standing up for, you know, the other things, like
When the father breaks up that fight, take a look at this picture. That little boy. If you don't have your child looking at you like that ever, you got to do some self-evaluation. You really do.
Yeah, because how would you ever think? Why would you not want to think that anybody can't look up to you as something? Like, you don't have to be a hero. You don't have to. But there's so many people out there that there's still great people out there, you know, and there's still great fathers out there. Dads, if you want to be in your child's life, you need to fight for it. Don't just give up. Don't just be like, oh, I've done all I can. No, it's not that simple, because at the end of the day, if the more you fight for it, the more that child will see that my dad wants to be in my life. So it's just so much. We can go on and on about this situation, which we will in a different topic. But yeah, so that's how we feel about our Gillette commercial. And do you have anything else you want to say to the dad viewers out there?
I'm buying Gillette.
We thought the commercial was 2 thumbs up and 5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a fantastic message. I'm sorry, there's nothing wrong with the commercial. There's not absolutely anything wrong with the commercial. Men can be feminine, men can be masculine, men can be whoever they want to be. We can be whoever we want to be. We are humans. Nobody can stop us. And it shouldn't be the fact that you have to be a certain way or feel a certain way or act a certain way around others because you're afraid of what they're going to think, because that's what it boils down to. It boils down to the fact of you caring what other people think about you, and you shouldn't, because I don't give a damn. Nobody likes who I am. They can kiss my ass. It's just plain and simple.
Now,
I love me. So
that's why I tell my kids all the time.
And I think that's the reason why my kids... And that's the same thing too. And I think it's very encouraging to a father or a parent, period, to be okay and comfortable in their own skin and being who they are in their own skin. Because once your children see that, they know they can be comfortable in their own skin. And I think that's why my children told me I'm their hero, because I am comfortable with who I am. I love being me every day. I love people around me every day. And that it's just, listen, you only live one life. Why are you doing it the right way? Why not? You know what I'm saying?
That has to be the first thing you have to do, is to have the ability to love yourself.
Yes.
I still struggle with that every day, because I've said some bad things. I've done some bad things. And looking back, it's like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
And thinking about it, there were times growing up, that's all I heard. And then I heard this one woman speaking, and she said flat out, if you would like to be like these people over here, stand up. They wouldn't stand up. So that right there alone said that you already know what you're doing, what you're saying is wrong.
Right. Of course, yeah.
And when my grandfather died, he was in hospice care. And he said he spent a life full of hate. He told me, he said flat out, don't be like that.
Yeah.
And it took some time to start unlearning.
Well, not for nothing, we're human. So the mistakes we made, we learn and grow from it. Like I'm 39 years old and still growing from mistakes that I've made. And I still make mistakes, but we're human. We're supposed to do that. I think at the same time, it's like the more you make the mistakes, the more you learn. So you can learn those mistakes and pass on to your kids, letting them know, okay, I did this. So I know it's not, I knew it wasn't cool, so you ain't going to do it either. You know what I'm saying? Show them the opposite. Every parent wants their kids to be the opposite of who they are, because they want their kids to succeed. They want their kids to grow up and become the next president or, you know, something. The Bill Gates and all this stuff. The millennials are doing all that now anyway. But at the end of the day, we encourage our kids, the good, the bad, the ugly, what we've done and what we're teaching them is going to show in their results. So, like we said, parents, dads, I mean, you gotta focus. You gotta get. It's okay for you guys to stand up for anything you believe in. It's okay for your children or for anybody in that matter to be different, to be masculine or feminine. That's what we're talking about with this Gillette commercial. Back to the Gillette commercial was dope. So, so do you have anything enlightening and special that you want to say out there to anybody that's watching, because we do this, we give a good message to our audience, and hopefully they take it and bring it home to their kids. So do you have anything special you want to say?
One thing I started doing with my son, and he's usually very happy in general, and I don't ever want that to go away, because when he gets older and he starts seeing the world for what the majority of it is, that's sad to say, the majority of the world, that's going to rain on his parade.
Yeah.
One thing that I started doing a month ago. Now, when I take him to school, I have him towards the second half of the week. So when I drop him off to school, give him his hug, ask him, "Are you going to have a good day?" He says, traditionally,
Yeah.
"Yep. Yes, Dad."
Yeah.
"Now, are you going to make today good for somebody else?"
Oh, I like that. That's pretty dope.
First time I said that to him, he said, "How do I do that?" "Tell them anything that you like about them. Just do it one time. Do one thing every day." This could be for anybody.
Listen.
Have your kids do that.
Yeah.
Tell them, make it a good day for someone else too. Just one time.
I like that.
Tell them that every day.
Yeah, that's dope.
Come back, write in the comments below. 30-day challenge. What did you notice different about your children?
That's dope. I like that.
Do it for yourself too.
Yeah.
Every day, once a day. Do one random act of kindness that you would not normally do.
It makes you feel so much better when you do it.
You do.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you guys listened in, and I hope you take what Stevie with a V said as their encouragement for today. So we want to thank you guys for tuning into our podcast, Dad's View. I'm Freddy. This is Stevie with a V. We hope you leave comments and share. Hit the notification bell so you know when we are going to drop our next video. Don't forget to subscribe. And until we see you guys next time on the video, you guys take care of each other. Bye. That was great, right?